Oh, man, I'm happy to be back on the couch, buddy. You?
Yeah, I'm happy to be back.
That's nice, man. You look good. You look refreshed, tan.
I was getting some sun.
Yeah, you getting some sun up in Sac? Or how are you?
Can we just hop into this? Because I think Austin's picked up on it. You've picked up on it. We have editor Ian on the couch over here. He's noticed it a little bit too.
Yeah.
I haven't been in the best of moods since Thursday.
Oh. Wonder why. Well, I mean, we should talk it out as brothers. I like doing it right here in front of everybody because that's what we do. And yeah, man. So what's up, man? Does it have something to do with me?
Can you take those stupid glasses off your shirt before this starts up?
What? Why would you say they're stupid glasses?
Those are the most insolent pair of spectacles I've ever seen.
I told you I was going to get you a pair for driving in the desert.
Take them off.
What's wrong with you? What is wrong? No.
Okay.
Jesus, this is not the way of the podcast. I thought we were going to start this.
That was a little disrespectful. I'm sorry. You don't have to take off the sunglasses, but there is something I want to say to you.
Like the merch?
Do you know can you think of, or can you recall what happened on Thursday that I might have a little bit of a problem with?
I mean, God damn it, dude.
They're broken.
Is it because I was out there making moves? Is that what it is?
What do you mean making moves?
I was making moves,
Are you
buddy.
50 Cent?
Yeah, sure. Sometimes you need to get. I like that energy. I like that 50 Cent energy.
If by making moves you mean breaking and entering into a prominent YouTuber's apartment with a bunch of low-life, wannabe Instagram famous clowns, then yes, you are making moves with capital M's on Thursday.
I'll have you know that in that group, there are guys ready to die for you, buddy. All right, and I'm making moves. Not just it's for us. But, maybe myself, too. Maybe after you made me try to whip my cock out like I'm Inland Iggy, I said, you know what? I have to go out there and make some moves, make a name for myself out there.
Can I fill the audience in on this?
Sure, man.
Leo, I see on Thursday. In my absence, he's assembled this little troupe of YouTube comedy performers. What they had in numbers, they certainly lacked in talent, though. These two kids that you had with you, my real problem is these two Instagram kids. You said they've hit me up over Instagram. They're giant fans.
Yeah, the Danny Burke, the guy that gets hurt and stuff. He was in Dobrik's vlogs.
Is that what he's known for?
He's willing to get a tattoo, Danny freed the slave on his thigh right here in podcast studio.
I mean, there are legions of people willing to do the same thing.
Well, but
who was his friend?
He's verified. Who is his friend? Well, the other guy, the guy that assembled everything, put everything together. His name is Reckless Ben Schneider. We actually met him.
Reckless Ben?
You know him.
Is that on his birth certificate?
Well,
and how do I know him?
Well, you met him on the My Cameraman Ruined Everything video. Nico went up to him and said he sucked at slacklining. Remember that?
The guy who is slacklining atop the volleyball net.
Yes.
I do remember him.
Yes.
So these guys, Leo, they message you to hang out.
They message me to hang out. They're big fans.
It would be one thing if you guys went out to the beach, you shot a little vlog, you took some selfie-style Leo videos.
Well, yeah.
What's up, guys? We're hanging out here at Venice Beach. We got Austin. We got Danny Burke. That's not what happened, though, is it? You went over to one of my professional contacts' apartments, Cherdleys. You burst in.
I might have burned a bridge, buddy, but who did I learn that burning of the bridges technique from? Other than you, buddy, because you've burned a couple of bridges in my day, so I've seen it. I
don't know what you're talking about. Just quiet for a second. Does that mic work over by Ian? Because Ian and I talked about this.
I can plug that one in, the other one.
Well, you should have thought ahead of time and plugged it in yourself, Austin, at the start of the show. What happened, and I was talking to Ian about this, it looked like a content rape, I think is the best way to describe it. Leo and his crew of Instagrammers, and you roped this kid Brandon in from the Maryland video.
Well, I brought him because he was with me, and I got the call to go over to. I'm going to plead some ignorance. I'm going to plead some ignorance on this. Reckless Ben.
Stop calling him Reckless Ben.
I'm sorry. Reckless Ben. He calls me and he says, "Hey man, I'm going to go over to Cherdley's house. You want to come?" And I said, "Yeah, absolutely. Why not?" I was going to go film with Brandon that day. It's the power of two. You go around doing man on the street stuff. It's always better with two. So I went out there. All right, I went to Cherdley's house, and little did I know this whole gag they had going, which I can explain, wasn't approved by. He didn't really know it was going to happen. They
Yeah.
kind of found out where you lived through some weird vlog. It's really
They found
difficult.
out through a Trevor Wallace video where he lived.
Yeah.
Shithead Danny, is that his name? Or excuse me,
It's Reckless
is
Ben.
Is it Fuckface Ben?
It's not Fuckface Ben. It's Reckless
They
Ben.
found out where Cherdleys lives. Showed up with like at 30 pizzas. Came in there.
500 pieces.
This kid Brandon's taking pictures with Cherdleys like Brandon's a rock star.
Brandon did do that. Yeah, he did. He was pretty, I would say, the kids would say cringy. He was a little cringy, but he still did a good job. He kind of fucked with him, and it was
Well,
funny.
you should be a role model to the guy and not be approving this raid. We're going to call up Cherdleys right now and get his take on it.
And, at the end of the day,
Ian.
all I have to say is Cherdleys is a great guy. He let us in. And,
Ian.
these YouTubers, I'm collabing with some YouTubers out there. You got a problem with that?
He's a great guy and he's a nice guy. That doesn't mean what you did was right, and it doesn't mean he was comfortable in the least. Ian, didn't you say he looked very uncomfortable in that picture with Brandon? Brandon's the guy from that Maryland video, by the way, the getting arrested on the golf course, the cross-dressing.
Yeah. Brandon's story was the first red flag I saw. It looked like a kidnapped victim's photo.
He was look. He's like when you first come to LA, you meet a celebrity. It's a big deal, all right. Brandon, he had his moment, and then I told him, I said, "Hey, buddy, act like you've been there before." You know what I mean? So I did help him. I am trying to be.
Thing you've said all day.
I
Cherdleys.
was trying to help him out with that, but at the end of the day, we're gonna have
What, a shitty video?
we have a video featuring Cherdleys. It's not too shabby, and we'll see.
Hello?
Chad, a.k.a. Cherdleys, this is Danny Mullen. You're on the Leo and Danny show.
What's up, buddy? You're on the Leo and Danny show.
Leo's there?
Yeah, baby. How you doing? Long time no see.
I know, man.
Cherdleys,
Dude,
there's
you
no
guys
way
ruined my
there's no way you could have been okay with what happened last Thursday.
It was fine. They're all little pieces of shit.
Holy shit.
I'm gonna out them.
Oh, you invited us in.
I know, I'm joking. You guys are all sexy
Oh,
boys.
you're sweet, dude. You're sexy too.
See, Cherdleys, he's the nicest guy on YouTube.
He really is.
It's true. But not only did
Mormon
you guys
background.
come in there, as he said on his story, probably give him COVID-19, you also left about 50
Probably.
You also
Well-
left about 50 pizza boxes on his floor for him to clean up.
Well, we were trying to clean up. He said he was very meticulous about the way he cleans up, so I left him to it. And the pizzas, he said he could probably use them in some kind of bit, so we left the pizzas in there. We did. We left them all in there.
I
Chad,
use them for video.
Hell yeah,
Content
baby.
creating.
See, dude, he had his camera out
wait.
vlogging.
Did you actually use them for a video, or are they still on the side of your apartment just taking up space?
No, I used them for a video and I threw them all out.
Okay.
They were too old to give to the homeless.
Well,
Sorry.
the homeless denied. One of the homeless denied a few boxes. They were fresh.
Yeah.
Fresh Papa
I was like,
John's.
what?
Yeah, the nausea from the
bizarre.
heroin
Yeah.
probably took away his appetite.
Danny,
there.
I think you're just mad because you weren't invited.
Yeah, it's possible. Danny would have loved to be there.
No,
Just to
I wouldn't
shit
have.
on everyone. He would have talked shit to all the little YouTubers out there.
Okay.
He would have said, called them no talent hacks.
Yeah.
And
there's
said- and
no
they
way I
all
would've
would have
happy.
loved. They all would have loved it because they're big fans. But still, that's what he was looking to do.
All right, Cherdleys. It does make me feel a little better that you're not upset about this.
Oh, I love you, Trey.
Now I'm going to talk to Leo about why he's hanging out with these lowly characters. But I appreciate you taking this call, man.
Yeah, he has some explaining to do.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Thank you for the call, Churds, and thank you for being so kind to everyone.
Next time,
You're
slam
welcome,
the
my
door
little
in Danny
angel.
Burke's ugly face.
Why Danny Burke? He's the one that
Fuck
loves you
Danny.
the most. He wants you to pee in his mouth on the podcast, dude.
Cherdleys, should I pee in this kid's mouth to punish him?
Yeah, sure.
There you go, dude.
Okay.
Leo?
Well, I
Why
guess we
not?
fish some sort
Why
of
not?
positive out of the
You're
situation.
thinking you
Nothing-
think I'm out there not searching for talent?
Is that
for
talent?
art? That is talent. The kid'll do anything.
The same homeless guy who denied the
Thanks.
pizza can let me piss in his mouth. It's not talent.
What,
That's desperation.
Well, listen.
All right, Cherdleys.
All right,
I understand.
I gotta go.
No,
I'm filming sketch comedy. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Oh,
I'm
that's good
unfamiliar.
stuff. Yeah, a lot of writing involved.
all right, buddy.
brother. Love you.
All right, bye, my sexy angels.
Goodbye, baby.
Bye.
So listen, yes, I was out there scoping the world of YouTube for talent. All right, not only does this guy brings numbers in, but he's willing to do anything for you, Danny.
Danny Burke doesn't bring numbers in.
He's got a solid Instagram following, and he's got 70,000 subscribers on YouTube. Yeah, sir, his engagement isn't where it needs to be. I get it, but listen, it's still some eyes that haven't seen the old Danny Mole. All right, and he says you're the best YouTuber out there, and he's willing to do 2 things that are pretty crazy. Come on, he's worth something.
Ian shaking his head no over there.
40,000 subscribers, and he's getting 1,000 to 3,000 views per video.
Ian's unimpressed by
Yeah,
that.
if 3,000 people were in
atrocious.
this room right now, it would be a lot. It'd be a lot.
Leo, I was trying to find a good analogy for this earlier today. 3,000 people in this room.
Yeah.
I wanted to go stocks. I wanted to go sports. I
Sure.
think the best analogy for Leo to wrap his little mind around a topic
No, here we
is
go.
always pussy.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah.
If you're in college and you're in a bar and it's happening, there are cheerleaders, sorority girls, do you want to be seen out in the middle of the dance floor making out with the clubfoot snaggletooth with the pooch dripping over her waistline?
I mean, it depends. Did I strike out with all the other big time chicks?
No. It's 10 p.m. You got
It's
the
10
whole
PM.
night in front of
I
you.
I went right for the ugly
Yeah.
snaggletooth.
Yes.
Well, I guess if you put it that way, no. But who's the ugly snaggletooth?
Danny Burke,
Danny
fuckface
Burke,
Ben.
Fuckface Ben. It's reckless Ben, and he also got me to Jake Paul's house last week. To be honest, now I'm making look. I have footage with Jake Paul I can put out there in the world. I now have a video with Cherdleys, and guess what? I have another video with another connection that you've kind of put me. You also brought into my life, but good old Sneezy Kane. What's his name?
Sneezy Kane.
Steezy Kane?
That's his-
Steezy Kane.
that's his-
Steezy Kane.
That's
All
his
right.
shtick. He just
That
sneezes
guy,
a
now
lot.
that guy gets big numbers. He's featured in my Starbucks video that you never wanted to do with me.
Steezy
So I
Kane
did it with
sucks.
Brandon. I did the Starbucks video with Brandon. How do you feel about that?
Steezy Kane sucks.
Steezy Kane does not suck. Have you watched any of his stuff?
Yeah, it's awful. I've watched all of his videos.
Why would you watch all of his videos?
I haven't watched all of his videos. I've watched a number of his videos.
Uh-huh.
He's friends with Lorenzo.
Right.
His channel blew up. I watched a couple, and I wanted to take my laptop and throw it out my bedroom window.
Oh, here we go.
But I got blackout curtains, so it wouldn't have worked.
Well.
He's terrible.
Well,
this
I
comes
haven't
back to my
seen any of his
analogy.
video. I haven't seen any of his videos, but
You
he's
were
going to be
making
featured.
out with 3 snaggletooth clubfoots
Steezy
this
Kane
weekend
is a very attractive
in public.
Oh,
now
come
what
on.
happens?
You think it's
Listen to
reflecting
me.
you? It's
Listen to
reflecting
me.
your shit?
Shut up.
Oh, fuck. It's reflecting the Danny Mullen brand. Is that what you're saying?
A little bit, yes. But what about if Nelk, Danny Duncan, some of the more respectable characters we've worked with, what if they're looking in on Leo's Instagram
Yeah.
and they see the company you've been keeping recently? You think they're going to be impressed?
Wow.
You think that's going to be good for the big N or the big DD? I don't think so.
Look, not everybody starts fucking their YouTube career with a bunch of bangers like you did, all right? These kids are making their way up the fucking hill just like anybody else. All right, Reckless Ben.
Wait. What kind
Reckless
of-
Ben, he's got some good stuff on there.
What point are you trying to prove? Started my channel with a couple bangers?
I'm
You
saying
make it
that
sound like my
you-
father financed some big budget videos that were
You have been
featuring a bunch of
working
famous
hard,
people.
but I feel like
I've
it's-
been grinding for over 3 years.
As soon as I got here, I feel like every video's been a banger, buddy. I feel like it's been smooth-ish sailing. I know that we're still climbing hills, but it's been nice. You don't think?
You make it sound like Fuckface Ben is like a paragon of blue collar values compared to my
I mean,
channel.
he was living in his van a couple months ago. I mean, he's a nice kid. He loves you. You don't care that he loves you?
I don't care. I wanted to park his van in my garage and leave the engine running.
What? He would die of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Very aware of that.
You want him to die in your garage of carbon monoxide poisoning?
What good does he do to this earth?
Oh my God! He
bounces
exposed
around on a
Scientology.
Ian did tell me about that. Ian,
That was a solid video. He did do a solid, series of videos about Scientology, and is the only guy. They try to sue him. They're trying to sue him.
That's sort of
yeah.
cool.
They weren't bad. It was an interesting, if a bit simple, prank.
See, it's simple. I
Well,
don't want simple associated with my
Listen,
brand.
we're the hardest working YouTubers there are out there. Well, you are. I mean, like you said, I do 5% of the work. It's probably less than that, huh? But anyway, listen. I was out there trying to make a name for myself, buddy. I'm just saying I want to put more eyes on my brand because it's going to go to you too. All right, everything that it's so. What are the?
I don't want the
behind-the-scenes-
eyeballs that come
Why-
from this
Why
massacre.
we can educate these kids. We can get the fans of Danny Burke who just like to see him get hurt and like, oh, that's funny, and then they go like, oh my God, this This video that this Danny Mullen guy made about how TikTok sucks. That's so true. Maybe I should listen and actually laugh at things that are only funny, not just anything on the internet that is slightly just made to fuck my brain up and is poison. I should watch things that are, eye-opening and make me a better human being. I'm trying to change some lives out there, buddy. And I'm recruiting talent. And that Danny Burke guy wants to drink your piss and get Danny Mullen Freed the Slaves on the back of his thigh in studio. That's solid.
Okay, I'm getting nauseous talking about these guys, but if Danny Burke wants to come in and do those two things, all is forgiven for this weekend.
All right, thank you. Well, thank you.
All is forgiven.
I found it's a catch, and he doesn't do mushrooms or any sort of really hardcore psychedelic. So he should be okay.
This is a reference to Rat Dick Ralph.
Right, and his parents have a
RDR
mansion in
2.0.
San Diego that we are welcome to stay at anytime.
I'm sure.
With a pool and a view.
Okay, I'm sure.
I'm serious. He might even blow you.
Well,
but he didn't seem gay. He took a girl home from Venice when we were there. So that was cool.
Fucked her.
Yeah, he fucked the girl that he took home from Venice.
Allegedly. I mean, I'm sure he told
You're
us that
right.
he fucked her no matter
He was
what
texting me the entire time. He really wants to be. God, he really likes us. It's nice.
Who doesn't? Everybody
Well-
wants to be a part of this, but you need to be a gatekeeper.
I need to be a gatekeeper.
Yeah.
I can't let people. I can't.
No.
I can't go out there and collab with anybody I want. I have to run it through YouTube first.
Yeah.
Are you saying I have to email you? What would you like it? An email? You want me to email you and say I'm thinking about working with this guy?
I prefer face to face.
Oh, so just come here, just show up unannounced. I mean, you're really available very, very few moments of the day.
You can book an appointment a few weeks in advance.
I book an appointment a few weeks.
Show up in
so I
neutral
have to,
territory.
So if I meet someone that I'm going to collab with on YouTube, I have to be like, 1 second, I have to make an appointment with my owner here, Danny Mullen. Do you own me, man? Do you own me?
If the guy's last video is invading Jake Paul's house, and then the next upcoming video is breaking into Cherdleys' house, then please run it by me.
I got you. Now let me tell you this. You know what Reckless is? Wants me to tell you
What?
that he will give you he's going to break into Jake Paul's house again. He'll give it to you. You can have the video. He just wants to be in it. He just wants to be in it, dude. You can put your Danny Mullen twist on it. We can really get up there with those crazy Jake Paul numbers and really fuck with him, man. It put a couple people on the map, dude. This guy Eric, he was nobody, and then he stole this guy's couch, and all of a sudden he's got 1 million subscribers. And crazy, and he's got a lot of fucking views.
I hate this short-term stupid thinking.
I get
First of all,
it.
I watched Danny Burke's video where he broke into Jake Paul's house, and it was terrible. I don't know if you saw that too.
He did a version of it. We all got footage. I had footage. I just didn't make a video.
Jake Paul never appears in the video.
I
They
have
don't cause
Jake Paul.
any sort of confrontation. They don't go into the house and
I got
start
the confrontation.
pestering people. You got into confrontation with Jake Paul?
No, I got in confrontation with some of his security guards. It was nice. I got that on tape.
Physical confrontation?
Well,
I'm
not
uninterested.
Really.
No.
There were cameras rolling, so they didn't really care. They didn't really, go for it.
I don't want to do this. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this playing the lotto approach to
It's
getting
not
big on
playing the
YouTube.
lotto. You
It's
have not
playing
been
the lotto.
You have not been playing the lotto. You have been working hard.
I
and I
know.
get it.
I'm saying
so
Danny
if
Burke
somebody
does.
tosses you a big softball that you can do in the middle of the week for maybe instead of you reading your books and jerking off to big titty whores all day, which is fine because it makes you a better comedian. Maybe one day.
Does it?
Yeah, I think so. I think it does.
Leo sent me a post today of a skinny, hot blonde girl next to a
Just
more
monster.
chubby girl, but her tits probably aren't even on the cup size menu. She
It's
probably has to get
nowhere.
them shipped in from Bulgaria.
It was unbelievable. And I said,
They're
Danny
size
would love
Ps.
this. Yeah, at least.
Yeah, I
So
told
said Danny would love it.
I told Leo, I was like, I'm following this titty monster. I don't care what anybody says.
I said, I know you would.
And I followed
I
her.
know you would.
And to back up a little bit, Leo is referencing when I said he does 5% of the work. I remember that. It was on the ranch where the pig riding was going down.
That's right.
And Leo kept trying to bully me, I'll say it, into drinking moonshine.
Yeah.
I don't even drink. And Leo's like, Danny, quit being a fucking pussy. Drink. Drink. And I said, hey, it's one thing to want to be drunk all the time when you do 5% of the work on this channel, fucko.
Yeah. It was it was funny. I mean, it's true, man. I come out here, I perform, and I try to recruit some talent. That's what I do.
you've
But
said.
he edits, he fucking writes, and every now and then I come up with a bit on the spot, but that's about it.
What's been going on? I've been gone for a long time.
Yeah, you have been gone for a long time. I mean, besides this, the stuff you saw, I'd try to recruit some talent. The world
Stop referring to those people as talents.
Here we go. They know that you're gonna just belittle them, and it's okay. They want it.
Let's move on.
They want it.
I'm seriously going to
other than that, I mean, what have you been doing? I want to know what you have been doing.
I almost broke up with my girlfriend based on a couple comments I made on the last episode here.
Really? What were the comments that she didn't like?
The subject was that party we attended in Newport Beach on the 4th of July. First of all, she really didn't like me making out with that girl.
Mm-hmm. Well,
we
she
set
was
up
over a 6 for sure.
She was definitely over a 6.
Yeah.
That was one of the issues. And for the people that don't remember, my girlfriend and I established that rule back in January on this very podcast that I can make out with girls on camera if it's for content and the girl is below a 6.
Right.
This girl was 7.5.
Oh, come on. You can give her an 8. You can give
We
her an
blurred
8.
her face, so
She
you
was
can't
really
say
hot.
for sure, but she was.
I want a score from
hot,
every
man.
man in this room, starting with
I-
Austin,
that's a
moving
s-
counterclockwise.
I have a
Don't
very-
speak up.
All right.
You.
8.5.
All right.
Yeah, 8.5, maybe 9.
Yeah, I think she could even be a 9 because I say same as him because hot college girl to me is right below Victoria's Secret model. Victoria's Secret's the top 10. 9 is hot college girl. 8 is like, hot
16-year-old. Right?
exactly. And then hot, like a lawyer, a girl that does a lot of spin classes and a professional and she's got a nice bod. Then it goes, then
So
it's
your
all
scale goes by type and not by hotness?
well, yeah, kind of. Well, you know what I mean, but like the hot college girl.
I get you.
Yeah, and then the Victoria's Secret model per se.
What I didn't find super appealing about that chick is she kept slipping off to the bathroom to do blow all
Yeah,
night.
she was a mess, dude. They were all a mess, and she's gonna be like an elementary school teacher, which is kind of gnarly. She wants to do that, but yeah, dude, all those girls were a mess, dude. I didn't see any girls that flossed a lot in that group, and I did not like that.
Leo has a habit of zeroing in on some people's
Teeth,
flossing
yeah,
habits.
I just zero in on the teeth, man. It's weird. If I see gingivitis on a girl,
You can see gingivitis?
yeah, man, it's like you can see the inflamed
I thought you needed
gums.
a dental degree and a
Well,
microscope.
you can
to
see
that.
like inflammation of the gums, which usually means a tad of gingivitis. But if it's really bad, then it's a bad breath and the whole nine. But none of those girls had gingivitis, but they had inflamed gums. Like they don't really floss. That bothers me. I don't know. I'm weird about that.
I made out with that girl, and then I said on the podcast here,
That you jerked off to one of the pictures.
I said I followed them all on Instagram and
Yeah.
jerked off to all of them, which was a complete exaggeration.
It was an exaggeration.
Was not
huh?
true. And then also, Leo, you went into one of your, I don't know what to call it, Leo's romantic shields where he
Right,
puts
I
it up.
did, I did.
He acts like Prince Charming so that his girlfriend will listen in.
Yeah, She doesn't listen in either, so it's kind of ridiculous that I look, I respect her for what I've put her through,
Let
and
me
I
s-
just want to be a better guy. But yeah, I get.
You want to be a better guy over the airwaves.
Here we go, you did.
But what Leo said,
maybe not.
what Leo said, and I'm not saying you cheated or anything, but Leo was just playing it real safe, saying, well, I knew those girls were somewhat attractive there, but they could not hold a candle to my girlfriend.
Oh,
so I
God.
went home and I spent the evening with her. And then you asked me, you fucker. Leo looks over at me and goes, Danny, don't you feel the same way?
Oh,
and
God.
me, feeling sick based on the sentimentality going on to my left, I say,
Yeah.
well, my girlfriend can stand to lose a few pounds.
Oh,
Which is completely untrue.
it's not true. She's thin. Yeah.
She's got a great. Her and I were jogging and like her and her sports bra and underwear all weekend. She's got a fantastic body. But I said that because again, you were gushing like a fool over here. She was really upset about that, and then in combination with the kiss,
yeah.
it was bad.
Wow.
And I couldn't think much about it because Nico and I don't think anybody really knows about this. Ian does. Nico and I filmed in secret a NorCal tour video, and we did a bunch of bits all over the upper half of the state. I couldn't settle the issue then because I had to focus on filming.
Yeah.
We pulled a stunt on rollerblades. I went gold mining.
Wow.
Jesse Hiss visited the Winchester Mystery House.
Oh
I'm
shit.
fucking Jesse Hiss. This bitch keeps building all these pointless fucking staircases, dude.
Dude,
I didn't have time to think about it. I had
that
to tune.
sounds
I had to
good.
tune the entire fight out. So it finally on Monday, she texts me something. She's prodding for an answer, which is completely reasonable. And I just sort of was like, "Hey, this is my job. I am not going to apologize for this." It was too rash of a response in retrospect. But then that led to a phone call and a lot of crying. And
Did you cry?
I didn't cry, but I was upset after, and I called her back, and we settled it.
Yeah.
And we hung out yesterday, and we hung out for like 5 days up in Sacramento, and things are going better than ever.
Things are going better than ever.
Yeah.
Well, look, these fights, I mean, as much as you think they hurt the relationship, oftentimes they bring you closer to the person that you're with. And then
Leah's right.
You got to, it's work, man. It's weird. Being in a relationship is a tough thing. I think it's worth it because being out there single in the world that we live in right now is fucking horrific. And if you found a girl that's, solid and isn't fucked up to you, dude, hold on to her, man, at this point. But so yeah, and I could definitely give you. I mean, look, I'm not one of those guys like happy wife, happy life kind of guys. I fucking hate those guys. I hate those guys that are 50 years old and
Danny
like, well, I gotta
Burke's
ask my
probably a
wife.
happy wife, happy
for
life guy.
sure. I have to be on. I'll tell that to his face. He's a happy wife, happy life fucking guy.
Look at his Instagram profile photo. Can you pull that up, Austin?
He's the happiest guy ever, though, dude. He is so positive. It's crazy.
I bet he was saying happy wife, happy life when they snapped that photo.
He might have been, man. He might have been. But yeah, man, Dobrik picked him up for a while. He thought he had some potential. Put him in like 20 vlogs or
Well,
something.
I now question Dobrik's judgment. I need to respect the fellow. My girlfriend and I, we were out at UCLA yesterday, and I was a little stressed coming back. I'm always the most stressed when I'm on vacation.
Yeah, man, I know. You can't sit still, brother.
I can't.
It's okay.
I try to
you're
drink.
still climbing. It's part of the climb.
Here's what I did this weekend. Or not this weekend, last week when I was off. I had Barbershop Evan over. I had College Boy, the guy I lost my virginity with. I had a bunch of high school friends, college friends. We got shit-faced in my parents' house. The next day, I wake up, start drinking again.
Oh, wow.
Take 2.5 Vicodin.
Whoa.
I was watching Fan Jerry videos on Vicodin with my girlfriend.
That's funny. That was probably so
These
funny.
guys, what's going on? You guys want to let us in on what's happening behind the computer here?
He was just trying to find Danny Burke for that photo you wanted to see.
See, if we're looking at each other, we
What's the
wouldn't
problem,
even see
Austin?
these guys.
Which photo is it?
The profile.
The profile photo.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me do that then.
Oh, Jesus. I'm talking about taking Vicodin over here, and you're not even listening.
Wow, this is interesting to me, dude. You must have had some demons to kill, man. Or time,
That's his
or
face. That's his smug mug.
Does he look like he's saying happy wife, happy life?
Yeah.
you know, who
Let me see.
Brandon.
Can you turn it over to me?
Yeah.
Brandon was really excited to meet Austin of all people, and he said it's because he's alt-right.
Is that really what he said?
Look at that, dude. He does look so happy. That's like a commercial headshot is what you call that. That is a shot that you send into the McDonald's, and the fucking Burger Kings. What, you didn't like how I said that?
I didn't like it at all. And whatever role you were looking for at those restaurants, you wouldn't get if you pronounced McDonald's like that.
Well, I was fucking around. God damn.
I don't want that guy
Wait, I want
in
to
the
go back
studio.
to
Listen,
what
dude.
Leo just said.
What? Yeah,
I am
he did.
not a member of the
I know
alt-right.
it was a joke, but he kind of was like, he leans that way, and I kind of love it. And I said, shut up. He's fucking definitely not all right.
I'm
But he did say
right-wing,
that.
But I'm not trying to start a white ethno state like
No,
those
dude,
fucking
he's from Houston, dude.
jackasses.
But
He's from Houston.
yeah,
Clears everything up.
by the way, you know who was absolutely great in the video, who was gold once
I don't
again?
want to hear any more about this weekend.
Brooks was so gold, dude.
I believe that.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah. So listen, about your relationship with your girlfriend, I was gonna say the happy life, happy wife, happy life thing. I know it's hard to just bite your upper lip, but sometimes just taking this yeah.
What does that metaphor mean? It's hard
It's
to buy your
not
upper
to
lip.
talk. You just don't want to talk. You don't want to
On the podcast?
or say what you mean. Sometimes you want to say something because it's rational. Women are kind of irrational, so you kind of if you just don't say anything about what the fight is about and say something nice to them, just about maybe bring up a nice memory. That's what I do, and it's worked many times. I mean, I think you should just bring up like a happy moment that you guys shared, or just say something nice, and it'll diffuse the fight, man.
Should I be sure to take off my shades so you can see the baby blues? Then
Well,
talk about our own
you do-
mortality?
Oh God! If you do that, then it's
What if I
gonna
started
work.
pulling that move?
Listen, I have 5 or 6 guys doing that move now, and they're
I'm
all.
sure there are a lot more than that.
Nez had sex this weekend with that move. Brandon said it's been unbelievably good for him. Austin hasn't used it yet because my ex-girlfriend went into rehab after I dated her, and now she's bought a fucking $899,000 house, dude. I don't know how, but she just did. I think she made that much money in stunts. She's murdered it the last 2 years without me, man. Apparently, you leave me, and you kill it.
Have you messaged her since?
No, I haven't.
How do
I
you know
really
she-
kind of
How do you know that she bought an $800,000 house?
Because the realtors usually put happy selling of the, happy sold home. And then her picture was up there and she was holding the sign.
What picture? What do you follow her on?
I don't follow her or anything. Mitch actually saw this and alerted me.
Mitch, in
Well,
quotes?
Mitch, yeah. He seriously saw it.
Okay.
Yeah, it sucks. Kind of. It doesn't suck. I'm happy for her. I think it's awesome. But, it's cool. She had no direction like that in life before, and in
Nobody
2
cares
years.
about what your
But she went to
ex-girlfriend's doing with real
rehab.
estate.
What I'm saying is, she went to rehab. She got a different way of thinking, and all of a sudden, she was a fucking machine, dude. She was a machine.
She's going to relapse before February.
Maybe that's
right,
true.
Austin?
She could relapse again. But
Leo's
They
ex
always
fucked a
do.
bunch of pro skaters.
God,
I'm going to go back to my
love
Vicodin
saying that.
experiences.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I really want to know this. But wait, what kind of darkness were you feeling, buddy? And by the way, you look all girthy. You look good.
I look girthy.
Well, like, full as in, good girth. Like you've been, maybe you did some buys. Did you get some buys? Maybe it's the tan, dude. You look tan as shit. You look good. That's all I'm saying. Look, I like to compliment you. I know you used to, but
I don't know if Leo's compliments. I feel like he's using those to gain somebody's trust so that he can like maneuver in and fuck their chick in the back room.
usually yes, but not.
Is that
to
what you do?
No, I've done that, of course.
Have you?
Of course, but I give
On who?
this move is my favorite when I touch a guy like this. I'm like, yeah, buddy, I fucking really like you. You see that? It alleviates your stress.
I'm gonna look at all the raw footage from the first video Leo and I shot and see if he pulled this move on me. Is this supposed to be like emasculating? You
It's not
dominated.
emasculate. It's a little dominating. It's a move that kind of creates like, well, this guy is he makes me feel good and he's powerful. He's bigger than me, and it's just like it's a little bit of an emasculating type.
Maybe
move.
he leaves you unattended with his wife.
Yeah, exactly. But no, okay. But listen, what darkness were you feeling that you thought you needed not one but 2 Vicodins
And a
alcohol?
half. Two and a half.
2.5?
Yeah.
Did you snort them or you just
I swallowed him.
okay? And then you mixed them with alcohol.
Yeah.
What it says
little bit.
not to do on the bottle.
Is Budweiser really alcohol?
Oh yeah, it's 4.5%.
I don't know if I have any great stories. We were watching Fan Jerry's videos, and I'll tell you, Fan Jerry's videos are a hell of a lot more enjoyable when you're high on 2.5 Vicodins.
What is that feeling like? I don't think I've ever fucked with Vicodin like that. What is it? What were you feeling like? Is it like a Percocet? You tried a perk?
I'm pretty sure that all of these drugs make you feel essentially the same way. Like when I'm high on Adderall, I feel the same euphoria I feel when I'm on Vicodin. When I'm on fucking any kind of doctor-prescribed opiate, they all feel like Vicodin. Just euphoria.
It's euphoria. It's great. It's really nice.
I felt
isn't it?
slower, though. I was just sinking into the couch, watching an Amazon documentary and watching Fan Jerry play with his poisonous snake.
Yeah, that's an interestingly dark
Fan-
place.
Leo has said that Fan Jerry is the single best person to smoke weed with.
He is unbelievable. If you look at Fanjeri and his face and his entire figure, you're not hanging out with a human being. It's a cartoon character, and I can't stop laughing. I cannot stop laughing.
Jerry
I'm
was
around
just
him.
rolling me joints and giving them to me whenever we were in
He's great, man. I hope
Huntington. I couldn't think of where we were.
And Fan Jerry, when I was on Vicodin, I had the same experience. A cartoon character. I wasn't running from any darkness. I was just trying to enjoy my time. But when I'm not working, I feel guilty, and I feel like
Yeah.
everybody else in the world is getting out ahead of me. So I was feeling that anxiety. And to bring this back a little bit to the girlfriend fight, and like you said, the fights can actually end up making you stronger.
Oh, 100%.
I don't think I realized what I had until we were on the verge of breaking up.
Of course. That's
Just
how it always
yesterday, I was feeling stressed about work, about the coming workload. We go out to UCLA, we're throwing around a football on the quad.
goes. Nice. It's relaxing.
All my balls were perfect spirals. Hers were almost
doubt it.
uncashionable, end over end. Oh, I got an arm on me.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Once football season starts, we'll talk about that a lot
I
more.
can't wait.
But it was fucking great. And if I were single and I were just on Instagram trolling for pussy, I wouldn't have somebody that I could just go hang out with like a friend, throw around a pigskin, then take home and bang.
I think the energy that women provide in that manner, that friendship manner, is so much better than a lot of dudes. Because the dude is like, he looks at you and they're a good friend or whatever, but he doesn't, he's not attached to you the way that a woman is, So, yes, that it's an escape from reality. That's why I've always preferred that over drugs, I've always enjoyed the sexual pleasure and the just hanging out with a girl over any kind of drug or alcohol or dudes for a long time. But then, it bit me in the ass just like every other drug and thing that you get addicted to. So, I've learned from it, and I'm trying. I should be in rehab to be honest.
For sex addiction?
Oh yeah, for sure. What do they do? Show you pictures of ugly chicks or what?
I'm sure that's exactly.
It's kind of like gay conversion therapy, but the other way around.
Really?
I don't track that logic.
I don't track it either. I'm trying to work it out in my head.
Instead of naked chicks, they show you a bunch of gay dudes.
Oh,
like naked
nice.
Dudes, and then it kind of.
I wonder
What if
it
you're a
is.
gay dude who's there? They just show you a bunch of chicks?
I feel like it's probably.
Yeah, that's what I would do. And you'd probably like, I don't know, electrocution or something.
Jesus.
To the 1920s.
That's what they used to do.
It's probably like the chapter of the book that you've told me to read a million times that I did read, but mainly that chapter alone. But Think and Grow Rich about bringing that energy and putting it into other things instead of fucking going after that thing, putting it off.
I'm telling you, man, I'm about to write up my goals for the second half of this year, and on that goal sheet is probably going to be don't go on Instagram more than once every 3 days.
It's terrible.
Because I had to get on Instagram today to check in with Cherdleys about this phone call he made, which ended up being somewhat anticlimactic. I wanted him to really tear into you there. But just getting on there, Leo sends me a picture. It's of this tit gypsy. This girl with size R titties. It's unbelievable. I want to paste this up on the screen.
It's nuts. She was in my. That's just a girl that follows me's friend. Like I just was like, oh, who's this? And I clicked it, and then
Is that how it went down?
Yeah.
That photo, by the way, was like 16 pictures down the girl's feed.
Stop. But I was perusing it, and that one kind of caught my attention because I was thinking about you, and I said, oh shit, my friend Danny would like this one. Every now and then I see some girl with just absolutely ridiculously giant tits, and I send them to Danny. I send them your way.
It's not even that I'm attracted to it.
It's just you enjoy them or something.
I follow a lot of girls who are just plastic surgery experiments.
Mm-hmm.
Girls with the ass jobs. Ass jobs are my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Fake titties have become mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
A girl walks into a restaurant. She's got a big bolt-on set of double Ds. I don't even turn my head to look at her more than once. A fake ass, though... That every time she's sitting down, it's like a nuisance.
Yeah.
She can't jog or she can't get on one of those elliptical bikes at the gym.
Yeah. It's gnarly. Have you ever felt one?
A fake ass?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah. It's weird.
Can you tell us the story?
I mean, it's very similar to feeling...
Tell us the story, not how it felt.
About 3 years ago, there was...
3 years ago. Let me do some quick Leo math. Last month, what happened?
It was a massage parlor, all right? And it was a Latina masseuse, all right? And she gave me a nice massage. And then at some point, she decided to turn around and give me a hand job. But she put her ass in my face.
She decided to?
Yeah, she decided
Just out of the blue?
Yeah. So, there was no negotiation or anything. She was just kind of being a nice young lady. Turned around, put her ass in my face, and grabbed my hand and put it on her butt, and then she took off. She kind of lowered her jeans, and so I got a good feel of her butt. She was, it looked pretty spectacular. Just, she was like an older woman, maybe like 40, in the mid 40s, and her ass was like ridiculous when I first walked in. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. That might be fake. I didn't really think that because I didn't even know that this was a thing that much back. It was, 3-4 years ago. So then. You got a good grab of it, and it's just like
translation 3 or 4 weeks ago.
It's like really all COVID. Come on now, everything's closed.
Oh, yeah.
I wish.
Yeah, they totally play by the rules of those jerk off parlors.
You would think, dude. I've been going by my regular massage places, and like the one down the street here, buddy.
Yeah,
you know that one?
I told my neighbor about this, by the way. Leo always
What?
talks about this jerk off parlor that's down by our local 7-Eleven.
Well reviewed by many of my friends.
And there's this really cool black dude who lives down our street, and I always stop and talk to him for 15 minutes. Yeah. And I wanted to give him some juicy gossip about the neighborhood, so I told him that, and he was like, "Oh shit, you ain't kidding me?
Yeah.
They'll jerk you off over there? Fuck, I'm gonna go check that motherfucker out." And I was like, "Hell yeah, dude, let me know about
He's
it."
got to go in, check it out.
After COVID, he's fucking going to, and I'm gonna get the report.
Hell yeah. So yeah, she put her ass in my face, and now this thing was ridiculous. It's like she would not have to work out. It just looks amazing. Like it looks
how
like
do you know
a
it was
cartoon.
fake?
Well, I felt it. You feel the silicone in there. It's like a fake boob, but on the ass. It's the same idea, but huge. It's like a huge silicone, strange thing. Like it feels like you can pop it.
B, how did she afford that on a jerk off masseuse's salary? She probably got it down in TJ.
She was pretty cute. She was probably an ex big time like prostitute.
What a sad career road.
Yeah, but she looked like we spoke in Spanish afterward. She was very sharp. I feel like she doesn't do drugs or anything. So she was just like, probably stacked the cash that way. Maybe, maybe she made a living like that, and maybe just does this as a little, maybe it's her hobby. I don't know.
She made a couple trips to Mexico with a truck and.
Yeah, maybe Mexico for sure. I mean, in Colombia, if she's Colombian, so Colombia is one of the most, everyone gets plastic surgery there, so she probably could, make a few bucks in America and go to Colombia and do it. So that's probably
I was
what she did.
referencing that she was carteling drugs across the border.
Maybe, dude. Fuck.
I'm gonna urinate real quick, and then I got my jerk off parlor story.
All right.
Have I told that on this podcast?
I don't think so.
I don't recall.
Is it the one in the book?
Yeah. This is 40. I'm going to Vegas with that guy.
Who?
That y'all were talking about earlier. I haven't met him. Though.
Danny Burke? Oh, who?
No, the
Ben?
Spunk something TV or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Who?
Sneezy or
Oh,
Steezy.
Steezy Kane, you're going?
Yeah.
I think they're there right now.
Yeah, they're there.
Nice.
I was smoking a bowl earlier.
Nice. How did you just got the invite from Brandon or what?
I was hanging out with Brandon and Philippe
Mm-hmm.
and some other guys last night
Mm-hmm.
at Yaz's house,
Yeah.
and then
Good people, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love Philippe, dude.
kept referring to them as big YouTubers earlier today.
I didn't say big YouTubers. I said
Steezy's
the YouTuber guys.
pretty big, dude. I can't believe the numbers he gets are nuts.
I don't
dude.
think I ever used the adjective big.
Steezy's, his content sucks, though.
I
never
saw
looked
him.
at
I
any
saw
of
him in
his stuff.
action. I was doing man on the street shit with Brandon, and he was like absolutely blown away by how funny it was. And I was like, this is pretty, run of the mill stuff, man.
But yeah, I'm driving to Vegas. They got like a penthouse down there, and they said I can go.
Yeah, go, dude.
Steezy Kane does get decent numbers.
Yeah, he gets crazy numbers, dude. But yeah, go, man, and be cool.
All right, let's fucking play
Philippe's
ball
the man.
again.
All right.
Yeah, we're going. It's already.
But yes, so let me hear this this parlor story, man.
When I lived on the fighter block when I was in community college,
I do think that I sometimes think that that's where you were molested, or not molested, but where your brain shifted to where it is today. I think it started there. But
You're right.
Yeah, I think it is.
and I've been thinking about this. I do a series on my Patreon, girls I had sex with, and I go from 1 all the way up to the current day's number, every story, and I try to analyze my headspace and what outside influences were making me think or feel that way or act that way. When I got to the fighter block, guys were pulling shit like a dude would be having sex in a bedroom. Dude A. Dude A comes, goes out to get himself a beer. Dude B comes in from some other room, crawls along the floor, gets up in the bed, starts fucking the girl in the dark, and then the girl eventually figures out that guy B is not guy A and starts screaming, and guy B flees from the house. Stuff like that would happen there.
Crazy.
The old
That's
switcheroo.
that's the old switcheroo.
The
No,
old
that's-
rape.
Yeah, the
10
old
years in prison.
Rape-a-boo. No, dude, that's nuts. See, that's like crazy more than frat shit. Because I feel like maybe frats in the 80s were like but at the time you were at UCLA, they weren't even that crazy, right? I mean,
Yeah, absolutely. It
Right.
was way crazier than frat shit.
Right.
You know who got busted for this recently was Brad Williams.
what?
What is it called?
That's good because he said he was going to tear your comedic career forever. He was you were never going to work in this town again. He said that about you and Inland Iggy.
Hardcore fans of the channel might know the video, My Drunk Friend, or I Forced My Drunk Friend to Do Stand-Up, where we made Inland Iggy go do a 10-minute set
Right.
at an LA comedy club. Inland Iggy's completely blacked out later on that night. Brad Williams comes walking down the
by.
sidewalk. And I like how the camera is interviewing Iggy, and you can see in the background this figure getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Well, not
Not
that
gonna-
much.
yeah.
Not that
Not
much
that
bigger.
much bigger. Yeah.
But eventually it's pretty clear that it's a midget. Then it
Yeah.
becomes clear it's relatively famous comedian Brad Williams.
Right.
Iggy takes one look at this guy and says, "You're a fucking midget. That's good footy."
And the guy didn't like it. It's probably the first time that guy's been called a midget in 20 years. He's been he's a pretty well-respected comedian. And yeah, he told the guys at the club that night, like Ali and Renee, that Inland Iggy and whoever was associated with him would never work in this town again. And he was going to make
that
sure
was
of it.
probably what ended Inland Iggy's comedy career.
I think
Yeah.
so. I think that
we
was
could trace
it.
it back to that moment.
Had to be that.
I mean, he would be getting big spots at the comedy store if
Absolutely.
not.
He would
Netflix
be.
special. Sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit for sure.
A story came out, though, that him and Carlos Mencia were on the road back when Carlos Mencia was relevant. Brad would open for him. They get some girl onto the bus who thinks she's going to fuck Carlos Mencia, which, what a treat, right? It's dark in the back of the bus, and I guess she stumbles upon Brad Williams' cock and starts blowing him.
Oh my God.
And Brad Williams tells this story on a podcast recently. It might have been on Mark Maron. No. It was Getting Doug with High, the Doug Benson podcast. That comes out. The dislikes start flowing in. Everybody's in the comments. That's rape. That's rape. Doug Benson deletes the episode.
Oh boy.
But now Brad Williams is in some trouble too.
Oh yeah.
Because that's, while I would argue that's not as severe as holding down a woman and raping her, and I think you'll all agree with me, that's a lot worse than Chris D'Elia accidentally messaging some 17-year-olds.
Abso-fucking-lutely. And that's the kind of shit that is something that an offense that could really fuck up a girl or, really change someone's life for the worst. You know what I mean?
I like how that would never fuck up a guy, though.
No, it'd never fuck up a guy. You could
Like
get a girl, a fucking
interchangeable resources.
A doctor could have fucking stuck a finger up my ass when I was 14. As long as it was a female, I would have been fine.
Okay.
I had a hot Asian doctor one time when I was 14 fondle my dick around because they thought
I don't
had...
believe you. Oh, so big.
Well-
Is that what she said? Was she Asian?
Actually, I don't know. It was cold in there, and I was like, fuck, I wish my dick was a little bit bigger when she was playing with it.
Yeah, you were thinking that at
But
14?
they thought I had kidney stones. Turn out I was just constipated and could shit. So
Turns out I said a fat cock.
yeah, honestly, I just whipped it out to try to fuck her.
Oh, it's so big.
But that shit was going on the block that I lived at.
Yeah, you're blocked. That was just fucked up, and totally, and so much dicks were just out of. You saw a lot of dicks, right? Which made you comfortable because all the guys that whip out dicks. I've been analyzing this. The guys that just whip their dicks out were either on sports teams that were like, adamant about taking cocks out, like hockey or football, and or they had some kind of
Those are big dick sports.
frat. No, dude, I'm telling you, the hockey guys are the gayest dudes. I mean, the stories I've heard about their locker rooms are scary. Like a guy said that this guy used to go around with his favorite thing to do was have a Sharpie, and he would draw happy faces on the entire dicks, all the dicks, the heads of the dicks on the team. Anyway. So yeah, usually that's what that kind of frat type, sports type, atmosphere is what gets a man to like to whip out his cock. I think you feel at home when your cock's out.
Very normal heterosexual activity.
It's not. Yeah, it's honestly it's good. I mean, that's
yeah.
probably
that's why
in
you were
many
so
ways,
willing to do it last episode.
I am not comfortable doing it, but Danny can just like take out his cock and pee wherever. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I think it just you have less shame, I guess, of the private area.
On top of all that stuff that was going on the block, the acquaintance rape. No, it's not acquaintance rape. What's the term for that? It doesn't matter. I'm not going to think of it right now.
Yeah.
The constant gangbangs, as Leo said, the frequent penis appearances. This dude moved to the block who his pseudonym used to be Jacobin.
Oh, God.
This dude got really rich on this business where they would go along sending crews out to properties that were foreclosed after the 2008 recession. These guys who were mowing lawns, they were going inside, pouring Pine Sol in the toilet, vacuuming, making sure the place wasn't a complete disaster for when a new buyer came by to scope it out. They made millions of dollars in the period of a couple of years. This guy moved to the block because he used to wrestle and he knew some of the fighters. And he had a real passion for going to Oriental massage parlors. And with all this money burning a hole in his pocket, it wasn't long before he'd start just barging in on random weekdays. Danny, what are you doing right now? I'm watching this fight. You want to go get jerked off? Yes, I do, Jacobin. Let's go. Hop in his Mercedes-Benz S-Class.
Wow.
And we lived on this street in Sacramento called Auburn Boulevard. Auburn Boulevard is like the Las Vegas Boulevard of Sacramento debauchery. Low-level debauchery, too. I'm talking like pawn shops, strip clubs, low-rent apartment complexes full of crack whores. But one of the things that were offered all down this Auburn Boulevard were just massage parlors. It was so easy. Just anything that said massage, had any sort of Asian writing on it, you could go in there, 70% chance, 80% chance you'd get jerked off. The first one we went to was a Russian place.
Wow. That's awesome.
And I didn't know that it was illegal to actually jerk you off.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought we were just going to walk in and they were just going to pull out my penis and give me a hand job, no massage.
You fucked that one up, didn't you?
She kept trying to put a towel on my penis.
Yeah.
And then at some point she went back into another room to get some more massage oil. And I was like, oh, fuck, I got to be ready. So I popped up on the edge of the bed, started flopping around my limp cock, got a full-on boner. This 45-year-old Russian woman comes back into the room, sees my silhouetted figure and my pulsating right arm, and she goes, "Oh, no, close," slams the door and goes back out. Turns out this was a completely legitimate massage parlor.
Oh,
And
God.
I just exposed myself to the immigrant woman working there.
Oh, my God.
A couple weeks later, we go to a place he calls Old Faithful.
So wait, he didn't get a hand job at that place
He didn't
either?
he didn't get a hand job there either. I came out to the waiting room and he was sitting there like a big baby. He was a little overweight, this guy. He had his arms crossed and this big pouty expression on his
Just
face.
pissed.
Like, man, I didn't get jerked off. He tells me, because he comes back in like 2 weeks later. I'm watching some WEC fights. He's like, "Hey, Danny, what are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm watching Anthony Pettis versus Ben Henderson." He's like, "Oh, you want to go get jerked off?" And I'm like, "Jacobin, you realize last time I could have been arrested for how things went down." He's like, No. This time we're going to a spot I call Old Faithful.
Oh, my God.
It's right by our offices. We slip over there whenever we have our lunch breaks or after work to blow off a little steam. It's perfect. They all know us there. And it's funny. I guess those ladies knew him so well. They started. Oh, what are you doing, Austin? Austin just took a swig of water and started coughing all over himself. I wish he'd done that after I told a joke. It would have been a lot better.
I drank water and it went down the wrong tube.
Yeah, that was a
just fucked
violent
myself
reaction.
up.
His eyes are watering bad.
I switched the camera to me.
So they were such loyal clients, my buddies Jacobin and this other guy I knew named Matt, that the jerk-off parlor ladies at Old Faithful started bringing them homemade cookies during business hours
God.
to the office. So they have a full office building with like 16 employees hard at work behind their computers, and these Asian ladies come in with like a tray of fresh-baked pastries.
That's unreal.
And so really, obviously, Jacobin has like a fucking breakdown because if any of the guys in the office have been to that place, they're going to be like, "Oh, this is what our bosses do on their free time."
Yeah.
But this is night. This isn't office hours. We go over to Old Faithful. I go in there. No fake asses or titties, but a very nice-looking 40-year-old woman.
Mm-hmm.
Just in
Asian?
a hideous yellow sweater. Looks like she bought it Goodwill. Yeah, Asian.
Yeah.
I luck out. I go with her. A certain famous UFC fighter also got jerked off that night, too. I'm not going to talk about who. He was in the second carload. Jacobin would just ferry people to the
That's
jerk-off parlors.
crazy, dude.
He would end up paying for like 5, 6, or 7 jerk-offs a night.
Nuts, dude.
I was in the first wave. I go in with this fucking yellow shirt girl, and we're back in there. The massage goes on for like 45 minutes an hour.
Good massage?
And I learned my lesson. I'm much more cautious this time.
Mhm.
Much more conservative when it comes to pulling my package up.
Yeah. Was
But-
it good massage? Like
Very
she
fine
got
massage.
in there?
Very
Wow.
fine massage.
Wow. That's great.
Deep tissue, shiatsu. I'm out of massages to name off. It was one of those.
Nice. Swedish.
She starts circling at some point, though. This is,
Right.
for the guys listening at home, this is how they do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is illegal what they're doing. It is a form of prostitution, so they got to be subtle. She's making big clockwise circles around my penis, and it's hitting my central abdomens, coming down around my left thigh, onto my right thigh. But that circle starts getting tighter. She finally... Finally, that circle gets tight enough that her palm grazes the tip of my ball sack.
No.
And that's when Danny Mullen's heart rate kicks up a few notches. She
Were
passes
you rock
by once
hard?
again, getting there.
Okay.
And then she knocks into my right ball, which
No.
isn't hard to do.
It's
these
not hard to
days.
do.
But
it's huge.
that let me know that the first bump wasn't an accident.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, she drops the whole charade. She snatches my limp little worm, and she goes, $40.
You said fine.
I'm not being racist. That's how she actually said it.
Yeah,
She was
of course.
very Asian.
Sure.
$40. I go, yeah, $40. Go. So she goes over, she gets some lotion, rubs her hands together, comes over and starts jerking yours truly off.
Wow.
At one point, she pulls down her sweater so I can see her big, floppy, middle-aged Asian tits, and I oblige her, and I get a handful.
Really?
Yeah, she's letting me
Nice.
feel those breasts. Then, and I'm not sure I felt about this one, she, without asking my permission, shoves a finger right up my ass.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Really? This was an intense one. Well, that's wow.
That was the
What
first.
year
That's
was this?
bold.
This was in
That's-
2009 or 10.
That's probably something that might have. Yeah, honestly, that's bold, man. Did you enjoy it?
There wasn't nearly enough lubricant on that
Right,
finger.
right.
Not nearly enough. And there wasn't nearly enough lubricant on my penis either. There's a concept I've talked about in a video called chafe jail, which is when a man spends so much time masturbating or he gets jerked off without lube one night, and he can't masturbate for a couple of days, otherwise he'll keep re-aggravating the scab. I was in chafe jail bad after that. There's nothing worse than being in chafe jail, too. Because it's like God's cruel trick. The longer you go without jerking off, the more unbearable it becomes to not jerk off. And the nature of chafe jail is you can't jerk off.
That sucks.
It's like a dog with... It's like a dog without the cone, so he can just fucking eat his nuts after he gets neutered and tear all the stitches up.
Well, if you
That's
had-
how I was.
If you had left the skin that God had left, gave you, then you wouldn't have that problem. You could never get into chafe jail with a circumcised
As
cock.
if it was your choice, Dan. If only you had made the right
You
call.
should have made that call.
They
buddy.
sat me down. They gave me all the pros and cons, made a little Venn diagram. I came eventually
Yeah.
from that chafy jerk off. And
It wasn't
that
too good then, huh?
Deep, unlubed finger up my asshole, unauthorized, by the way. It was a good experience. I wrote a book about it, the Happy Endings Playbook, about the entire experience with Jacobin. That was it, though. I guess I got nothing else to say.
That's great,
And then
man.
I went out.
You
and
never
then
went back?
I never went back to Old Faithful. They got raided by the feds not long after.
Ugh,
Yeah.
shame.
It's so easy to the feds could just have a field. They could go to almost every massage parlor and raid them. I don't get that. It's weird.
What are they cracking down on? What's the logic?
I don't know.
Is it spreading
dude.
disease?
No, dude.
Are guys raping these chicks in those back rooms? Is it for their safety?
Honestly, man, they have I've never even seen security. I feel like it's. I don't know. The women don't even look that unhappy. The ones that I've been to, man. It's just weird, man. I don't know. If I was a Fed, I would just go in there.
They got a stud like Leo in there. I
yeah,
guarantee there
sure.
are weapons on site.
That's probably true. Yeah, guaranteed. Like a gun
in the
that they
Russian
can-
place, an AK-47,
Yeah.
an Old Faithful,
Ninja
a
stars.
samurai sword, ninja,
Ninja
stars,
stars, dude.
or sharpened chopsticks.
Imagine that. Just take them out of their hair and just. But yeah, man, that's every man I think at some point should go get jerked off. But have you ever been jerked off in a massage parlor?
I've never had a massage before.
We should take Austin to a jerk
That's
off parlor.
funny, dude.
I would do. That'd be cool.
Obviously, unless you got it at 15 years of age.
No, I was shaking my head as in yes, take Austin to a jerk off parlor. That's a good video.
Ian was
That is a
shaking
good
his head
video.
like, yeah, I want to
I've
come
done
too.
it.
Ian's had a long-term faithful girlfriend, and it's not.
He's a
interesting.
good guy. He's a good guy. But yeah, man, I think it's something that helps you grow as a man.
Getting jerked off?
Absolutely. By paying for a nice massage and
Getting in a fight with
Dang.
your girlfriend, I was on board with you there, but I don't see how a massage from an undocumented alien helps you grow.
Oh,
Especially
man. I think
after
it's-
Danny's story of the
makes.
unlubed finger up the ass.
Yeah,
and chafe
that's
jail.
gnarly, man. No, it's just I feel like it's a life experience. I think it's a good. I feel like you grow from random experiences like that.
Well, let's got 15 minutes of podcasting out of it. I do wonder, though, why that is such a large industry. Everybody knows about it. Everybody knows people who have gone to them. They're everywhere. There's one in walking distance from my house now. Rubmaps.com used to be the website where you could find them all. How much money can you make doing that? Obviously, their clients are all men who are willing to break the law.
I guess some of them are in good locations. I mean, like there's a lot in on Ventura Boulevard in Los Angeles. I feel like sometimes there's things that we don't know. Like a guy told me one time that he was a realtor and he specialized in properties, commercial properties on Ventura Boulevard. And he said basically more than half are fronts for
Jerk-off parlors.
No. More than half are fronts for like drug, businesses or something even more nefarious. And they funnel money through places like that. So yeah, they employ a few Asian women, but really what they're doing is saying, oh, this massage parlor makes me this much money so they can clean up some of the dirty money.
Why would they risk getting their real crimes found by the police, though, and have girls prostituting in their front business? Don't you
what
want to
I
open
don't
a
understand, too.
pizzeria? Or like a fucking yarn shop
or
or
a
something?
yarn shop or
something
something.
innocent.
Yeah, but I guess, I don't know, man. But this is what this guy told me. But I presume that they are making enough money to pay for rent, and I just can't see how. Every time I go get a massage, even if it's a legit one, I never really see, I never run into other people. They're always like by themselves. It's like,
I've run into some shady characters.
Oh, God,
What-
really?
Outside the Russian place, some dude came up in a windbreaker, like a fucking Oakland A's baseball cap. He's like, "Hey guys," we were walking out. "Is this one any good?"
oh,
And Jacobin and I turned on our heels in unison. No!
yeah. Yeah, fuck that, dude.
Fuck that place.
I never want to see another guy at any of those places.
Of course not.
Yeah, it's
But
just-
real good old-fashioned prostitution, like who... I don't even know how you would go about that these days. Well, actually, there was a prostitute on that couch for this podcast a couple weeks ago.
I guess it's through a website. She probably could have given us that website. I mean, I guess you go and you just, it's for hanging out. You know, you buy an escort to hang out.
I've gotten an escort, and it was a fucking pain in the ass.
In
I had to
Vegas?
I had to make so many phone calls to do it.
Really?
I don't know if I've told this story. This is kind of a long story. But it's not easy to do, and that's probably why guys would feel more comfortable going to a jerk-off parlor.
Guaranteed
It's in the
that's why.
neighborhood. You don't have to make any phone calls. You go in there. You get a massage. If you don't get jerked off, whatever. You still got the stress rubbed out of your shoulders.
Exactly.
If she does go for your penis, she's breaking the law, mostly.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose you are, too. But you can say she raped you with her hand.
Yeah, it's more gray area. There's a reason you're there, and
Exactly.
if you're paying for a massage and you tip well and get a free hand job, I don't know exactly what's illegal about that. I don't think a masseuse has some sort of code that they are legally bound to.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
not give someone a hand job.
Who's to say
Right.
she didn't have a crush
if
on
it's
you?
on the
Yeah,
menu
exactly.
legally, that's an issue.
I
But
gue- I guess
don't
if
know.
you-
The menu?
Yeah, if it's on the
I've never had a
menu,
massage. I don't know
exactly.
how this works.
Or you, you know, I guess if you solicit it, that's illegal. You know, you can't be like, hey, you guys, you know, and that would be. That's my
Is that
buddy.
a video idea?
Rumon's-
Going up in a trench coat to the legitimate massage establishments? Hey, you
Yeah,
guys.
hey, what's up? You guys do that? So this guy, Rumon's buddy, actually fucked up a happy ending massage one time. He kept asking me about these happy ending massages in Los Angeles. I was like, yeah, you know, I've perused these sometimes. And then he goes, well, you know, I really want to get one. I've never had one before, and I really, really want to get one. And I was like, yeah, dude. Yeah, just go to that place. That's probably one. I looked it up online. I said, yeah, it's not. You can't find it anywhere. And then I looked. You know, it was on back pages. I was like, oh, for sure, this is a shady spot. And they offer, a lot of them most of them don't offer 30-minute massages, but if they do, that's usually a sign that it's shades. So this
Shades?
guy, it's
Okay. Just was wanted to draw attention to that.
I'm gonna use nefarious again. I just used it anyway. He goes in. And and apparently he's waiting completely naked with a boner lying down when the woman walks in. And
That's what I did at the Russian place.
She thinks it's a Fed, or like a undercover guy, so she refuses to give him a massage and the whole nine. It's the huge debacle. He comes out 10 minutes later. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And he goes, yeah, it wasn't, she said that they don't do that there. And I was like, did you ask? And he goes, yeah, I was naked with my boner, and I was like, "Oh, and then she goes, no, and like just leaves and says goodbye. You have to leave.
Are you having like amnesia? Did you just forget me telling that story 20 minutes ago?
Well, that you did that? Yes, of course. Yeah, that is what you did. But I saw it happen in front of me as well at Rumon's buddy.
I am surprised
Z.
that this guy, and same with you, Danny, that you didn't ask, hey, professional jerk off buddy you had, what's the protocol?
What's the
what do I
protocol?
do?
Yeah, the Rumon's buddy should have asked that because I
Yes,
could have told
Danny
him.
should have as well.
Danny should have as well. Yeah, you guys, there is a protocol. You stay you start on your back. They usually graze your cock from the back too. Have they ever done that when they're doing the
Well,
upper thigh? That happens on a
Yeah.
normal massage
Danny
too.
reviewed the protocol
Yeah, yeah,
now,
yeah.
but
Now,
it,
yeah,
it
yeah.
seems like something I guess maybe the sensei should have covered with you before.
Jacobin.
Yeah.
Good old
Good
Jacobin.
Jacobin.
See, I prefer to operate on instincts. Always have.
Well, it
And
failed you
it's-
that time, but I guess it's a good
No,
story,
it's
so
great
it
because
awaits.
it ended up being a book, and that's awesome. I mean, that's the failed attempt was awesome. The first time I ever did it, my heart was beating so fast. It was hard to get it completely erect.
That must be a nightmare for them too. Is when a guy comes in. I mean, worse even than him being smelly or ugly is when they get a guy that they cannot make ejaculate.
Yeah, that's got to be the worst thing of the job. They probably go in there like right after smoking a cig with their other, masseuse ladies, and they're just fucking, God damn it, got one of those. They probably have a nickname for the guy, like nickname for a guy that can't come.
I can't even think of nicknames right now. I'm too not warmed up from this break.
Nah, man,
I've been told once though that I was a tough cookie to crack.
really?
Whatever that means, that doesn't really make sense. Maybe the references to fortune cookies. She wasn't an Asian masseuse, though. She was a Santa Barbara college girl. Have I talked about this?
Really?
Getting sucked off by my sister's roommate when I was 16?
A long time ago. It's a story that is worth telling again. But she blew you forever, and you didn't come.
She blew me forever, Leo.
Oh,
what happened was when I was a sophomore in high school, or maybe a junior, I was 16 though, and I've seen photos of myself from this period. I looked like a child. I looked like Austin's son.
Yeah,
that's how old I
he
looked at
looks
this
so
point.
fucking young. Because look at him now, dude. He still looks young. It's
And he
like,
looks-
you look like a baby.
And you look especially boyish today.
He does.
I think I'd hit puberty like the spring before visiting. We get down there, and I'm getting fucking hammered drunk. I get so drunk the first night, pass out on the couch. Some frat asshole comes over with a bag of flour, just dumps it on my head. He called it antiquing.
That's funny.
I was not happy about that. But the next night, I learned my lesson. I went to McDonald's before the night of drinking commenced. Got myself a few Big Macs, filled up that stomach,
Nice.
and then got to my drinking. This girl comes upstairs. My sister knows her vaguely. They share some discussion or whatever. I go into the room with this girl, and I'm kissing her a little bit. And then my sister's roommate comes in because my sister shared a room with this girl, obviously. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Are you guys going to hook up? Then my sister's roommate sits down and starts playing the wing woman thing. Like, this is Danny. He goes to Casa Roble High School. I came down here to party. The girl who I was making out with at that point hears, what, Casa Roble High School? I got to go meet up with my friends outside. She doesn't want to end up in jail, I guess. Doesn't want to commit statutory rape. Gets out of there. I see my roommate escort the girl out of the room and go over and turn the fucking lock on the door.
Yes.
This like 21-year-old chick when I'm 16.
Oh, God.
She fucking comes over and then she starts feeling like, you know what, Danny? This is ostensibly like a clinic on how to get pussy. You just gotta tell her she's really pretty, and you just gotta be assertive, okay?
Oh,
You
God.
just gotta be assertive. And I'm just looking at this girl fucking cross-eyed drunk, my breath stinking of whiskey, and I just lean over and plant one on her.
Oh,
And
yes.
she goes for it, Leo.
Wow.
And we fall back onto the bed from our kiss position like some shitty teen movie.
You must have been in. This must have been some euphoric feeling, dude. Kissing an older woman when you're 16 there's nothing better in the world.
Breaking the law.
Yeah, it's the best.
At some point, my pants are down, and this girl is just sucking me off.
That's perfect.
But I'm drunk enough that
Of
it takes
course, that's-
forever.
it's tough,
And
yeah.
that's when she tells me, you're a really tough cookie to crack.
Oh, wow.
I
She
think-
she takes your cock out of her mouth. She looks up at you and says, "You're a tough cookie to crack."
But eventually I delivered. And then I think later that night, because I slept on the floor, my sister said I woke up and I turned to pee in one of her drawers.
Oh my God! You must have been hammered out of your mind.
I started drinking like that year.
That year,
I was still
yeah.
such a lightweight that I would do shit like that. Everybody's got a story about
Oh, yeah.
sleepwalking and pissing somewhere where they shouldn't piss.
For sure.
That was mine. But yeah, my sister was always totally cool with it. Historically, that's the way she's been. I've like fucked her friends. Her law school roommates let me suck her titties once at a party there.
What?
My sister helped me out with that one too.
Wow, and she was my sister's been cool like that. My younger sister as well has been pretty cool about that.
Yeah,
but-
she's pretty cool. She's pretty loose with
Oh,
those sexual
yeah, I
morals.
bet, dude. You son of a bitch. I guess the break will not deter Danny from the fucking sister jokes, I guess, huh? But yeah, man, I always felt like it was. In retrospect, I feel like some of her friends probably didn't like they have to see me like periodically a couple times a year, and it's like when we were 19, that one time I blew you, like it's why did I do that? I feel like they feel like that, but I don't know.
I think girls, and I don't think this, I know this, I know you know it too. My girlfriend and I were talking about it yesterday. Who's the girl who was one of the founders of the Me Too movement, or one of the most vocal figures in it? Asia Argento? Is that her?
I think you're right.
That's one, but there's another one.
No, that's the
dude.
one we're talking about.
Okay,
though. That's
okay.
what I want to talk about, because she was like, off with their heads. Fuck these rapist men. Put them behind bars. So Austin having another... He was bombing
I'm
a
still
bit.
recovering from
It's okay.
my water problem.
Then it came out that Asia
17-year-old.
had fucked a 17-year-old guy.
Oh yeah.
And this wasn't like it wasn't speculation. There are iPhone selfies of her and a 17-year-old in bed.
Yep.
There's a text to one of her friends like, "Oh my God, that's so crazy. He was 17." And that just goes to show you, it fucking infuriates me how women are like above Me Too. They can't be Me Too'd. They can't, like Crystalia, be publicly fucking fastened to a pole and filled with arrows.
Yeah, man. They're
This girl sucked my cock. This girl's a dentist now.
Yeah.
She might be a children's dentist. My sister's a roommate.
That's crazy.
She's out there free after having blown a 16-year-old. A girl I hooked up with in San Francisco. I met her at a bar, fucked her that night. The next morning, she texted me, "How old are you?" I was like, "I'm 17," winky face, just fucking around. I was like 25 at that point. And she's like, "Oh, are you?" And I was like, "No, I'm joking. I'm actually 25." She's like, "Oh, I think it would have been kind of hot if you were."
Oh my God.
We had a girl come over. There used to be, my roommates will fucking tell you all about this. This Asian girl I knew from UCLA who was an ex-heroin addict used to come over when the channel was just getting off the ground in the early Leo DeTavio area. She'd come over and suck my cock once a week and leave.
You told me about her. I remember this.
We got her to admit that she would fuck a 13-year-old out in the living room.
Oh my God. That she would or has?
Would.
Wow.
Were
Look,
you
a
just,
guy-
were you just working down the numbers like a 15-year-old is good?
Absolutely.
14? Yeah, I could see that.
Absolutely.
Dude, I
we
need-
wanted to see how far we could push it. We got her down like, what if he was the captain of the JV football team? She's like, oh, so he's like athletic? Yeah, I'd probably have sex with him.
Oh my
And they're
God.
like, what if he's in middle school, but he's a really good skateboarder? Can he kickflip? Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably have sex with him.
Oh my
That's how it went
fucking
down.
God. Dude, I know for a fact a lot of girls are into the younger guys. I mean, I was a guy that was into older women when I was definitely pre-18. I had sex for the first time it was illegal that I ever had sex. I had sex with a 19-year-old when I was 17. The first time. Why isn't she could be in fucking jail. Maybe that's a video. We take down our abusers, Danny. Should we do a Danny Mullen video? We take it down our abusers.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, we'll never do that. But
17 to 19,
That's
though.
nothing,
That's like
dude.
an acceptable bracket, whichever way it goes.
You would
I
hope,
think that's
but
technically legal in Texas.
it's
It
legal in
definitely
a
is.
lot. It's legal in more than half the states, I'm pretty sure.
I've said this a lot. It's hard to convince me that a guy should be held down and have his testicles cut off when he fucks like a 17 or a 16-year-old, because if you drive 4 hours that way, I'm pointing east, you're in Nevada and doing that is perfectly legal.
Yeah.
It's this weird, like, moral, legal gray area.
Yeah. Yeah, like D'Elia, he's definitely, I mean, I don't know how he's going to come back from this, but he should be able to. It's something, maybe he was, like he said, he got caught up in his lifestyle and he's like, dude, I can totally just DM 18 to 21-year-olds and they'll come blow me, which is the case. And he was having a lot of fun doing this, even though he had a wife at home pregnant. Maybe he's a little bit of a scumbag, but he's a comedian. Who cares?
Did he have a wife at home pregnant when he was doing this?
Well, he just had a kid, so obviously in the last year.
Well, these were all from 10 fucking years ago.
Yeah, so
all these
that-
accusations.
So maybe like that's not the case. But either way, it's like, yeah, man, the world is skewed in a strange way now, man, and it's only gotten stranger since you've been gone, man. You gonna come back here and set this right, or what?
What's gotten stranger?
The world.
How?
I don't know, man. You see what's going on out there, man? I'm starting to believe all the fucking conspiracy theories I've never believed before. Like, Donald Trump, I love the guy. He's fucking hilarious, but he legitimately kind of defended Ghislaine Maxwell, right? Or I think that's how you say it. And that the woman that was, Epstein's, and he said, I wish her well.
Epstein's
And then,
right-hand woman, the girl who was
Right.
helping him rope in 14-year-olds from the local high school.
So they ask him about the Duke of York, and he goes, I don't really know about the situation. Literally 6 years ago, he has videos saying like, oh yeah, that island over there, that was a cesspool. And ask the Duke of York. So it's like he either has amnesia.
Trump said that?
Yeah, he literally said that 5 years ago on video. Now he's saying he doesn't. So is there a global
He said that island is a
a
cesspool.
cesspool? Yeah, where
How was he saying it though? Was he saying it
like it was where dudes would go fuck kids?
And was he saying it's like condemning it, or was
Condemning
he
it, like
okay.
it was terrible, And then,
Uh-huh.
and now he's like, he's like backing her a little bit. Is he like giving her a message like, "Hey, I got you if you got me"?
How is he backing her?
Well, not backing her, but he said, I wish her well, and I don't know much about the situation. I've seen her around in Palm Beach, and I wish her well. So what I'm saying is there a global fucking pedophile ring for the elite? I used to think that was there is.
probably.
There clearly is, and it's fucked up. Like kids, dude. Like, I don't know. It just freaks me out that legitimately 800,000 kids a year, because this got me down like a fucking, rabbit hole looking into this stuff. 800,000 kids go missing a year in fucking the United States. And we're worried about fucking, police. I know police brutality is a thing, and I get it. But like, I think it's a bigger deal that 800,000 kids are going missing a year. And now I'm starting to believe like Donald Trump, because he's not He's the only president in the last 10 years, I feel like, or the last whatever, whoever knows, who's not owned by anybody. He's just him, dude. He's not owned by the military or whoever the fuck else is,
Yeah,
you know.
he's not like Barack Obama.
He's not like Barack,
who had
right.
to get Wall Street to lend him all his money for his campaign.
Exactly. He was self-made, whatever. He was rich enough to do it on his own. Anyway, all that, I feel like he's opening the eyes of the American that usually was like kind of blindfolded usually, but now it's like, yeah, this is all happening, and we're making this crazy content on YouTube, which is also the future of like Andrew Schultz is talking about how he gets such bigger numbers than the Tonight Show. Andrew Schultz on his YouTube channel and his fucking Instagram gets way more
Is Andrew
views.
Schultz a pedophile? I'm confused.
No, I'm saying he was the one that got me into the pedophile thing. Got me into the pedophile thing. He's the one that was.
You taught Leo how to fuck kids.
He was the one that. No, he
Listen,
mentioned
it's going to be
this.
very tight. You're going to need a lot of lubricant here.
He mentioned, like how they should stop protecting pedophiles, and he made like all these really good points. And then I watched another couple interviews of his, and legitimately, he's talking about how the future is so different now. Like the Tonight Show TV's basically done, man. I mean, it's just I feel like we're in a fucking crazy time in history, and if I was slowing down and thinking about it the other day, smoking a cigar, and it's a time that I feel like when we're fucking 85 years old talking about our times together, Danny, we're gonna mention this year, and we're gonna talk about it like like it was gnarly, man.
Yeah. There have been so many times like this, though. Imagine living in the end of the 60s.
I agree, man.
The
I agree.
Beatles,
Yeah,
Vietnam, LSD.
That's why history
And then
is, yeah.
also, all the little things, all the littler stories that we hear about, like what am I trying to say here? There's a lot of crazy shit that was going on back then, too.
Yeah.
Smaller stories that just kind of faded into history, and you just hear the big bullet points.
Sure.
And shit like Trump's quotes about this Maxwell bitch, stuff like that. Like in the long term, it's not going to fucking mean anything. We'll see if this pedophile ring, what it really amounts to.
We'll see if she gets
A
axed.
different type of media is coming around, but that's happened before. I mean, the internet started in the 1990s. Now it's the mobile phone. Now it's podcasts over radio and fucking YouTube over TV.
So what you're saying
is, crazy shit's been going on forever.
Yeah. So you think
it's
better
Hitler fucking was putting people in ovens in the 1940s. Imagine
so
how
true.
that news broke slowly out.
That's so true. And now I feel like you can't find out about things like that unless someone up there, whoever's running the fucking media, the Rothschilds, I don't know, decides to let you know about this shit. So, but anyway, I guess what you're saying is it's better just not to think about it.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
Not
that
to reflect on
every generation deals with crazy fucking shit. I don't think our time is unprecedented in its level of craziness.
We're not getting drafted and going to war. Imagine World War I, bro. Come on, man.
Imagine World War II, jumping out of a fucking airplane on D-Day over Normandy.
Yeah.
We sit here, there are reports of UFOs, and Bill Clinton was fucking a fat chick on an island.
Sure.
That's one thing that's weird, is those
They
girls...
weren't cute. None of them were cute. I mean, that's fucked up, but come on. That's true. Seriously.
And I'm talking about now. I'm
Yeah.
not judging her when she was underage. I just
Yeah.
want that to be known. But yeah, like the chick they keep interviewing and all. And I love how at the end of the Epstein documentary, one of the girls was painting portraits of all the survivors, and she idealizes them and takes like 20 pounds off a couple of the victims. But I'm sorry.
If they
that
had
was
some
quite the
game.
take.
If Billy Clinton had some game, dude, he could have pulled some 19-year-old ass, some real nice 18-year-old from Harvard, easily.
I'm not going to presume to understand the mindset of a pedophile, but I don't think they're interested in children because they're more attractive.
You're
they're
right,
interested
you're
in
right.
children because it's a child.
Well, yeah, I mentioned 18-year-old, but yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, where the prepubescent fucking that was going on is was horrible there, and I don't know what the fuck. I don't know. I can't understand.
It's like
it,
a douchebag Persian guy when he's going out clubbing in West Hollywood. It's not sitting in a dark booth with a bottle of vodka that gets him off. It's cutting the line and having some girl come out with a lit up bottle of goose and then calling other girl. He wants the attention and he wants the privilege. And when you're Bill Clinton and you run the world, he wants to fly on a private jet and fuck a 14-year-old because he can.
Because he can. That's
his cutting the line into the club.
Yeah, talking to. It's funny that you mentioned a Persian guy because I recently met a Persian guy through Philippe, and he's a well-to-do 25-year-old kid who's making a lot of money, like 50 to 70 grand a month. He owns music schools. And like high end for like the elite people or whatever, they send their kids there, $120 an hour. He has like 8 employees. But he was telling me that he is so fascinated, he wants to get super rich just to see what life is like for a billionaire. He wants to see what they get to see. He goes, because we're not getting invited to parties that they're getting invited to. I want to see what this is about. He goes, because if I don't, then I haven't done everything that I can on this earth. I'm like, damn, dude, that is a different way to look at things. Totally a Persian way to look at things, right?
Yeah.
He's a cool guy.
He is. I like Kevin.
I'm chilling with him in Vegas, actually. He's gonna be-
Nice, dude.
Kind
nice.
of sounds like that same pedophile logic we were just
It
talking
does.
about.
In
though.
many
Yeah.
ways,
Let's
in many
keep an eye
ways,
on that
yes.
Austin, I want you to look at all IDs of any women entering this house.
He's a pretty solid ladies man. I don't meet a lot of ladies guys, but he was pretty good about his approach to women. It's not bad. I liked it. Kind of a Middle Eastern approach, but it's good.
I was reading this book, and this might be a decent note to wrap up on. I don't know if it perfectly applies to all we've been talking about, but we're talking about the pursuit of happiness, what constitutes happiness for Bill Clinton, and how he keeps amusing himself by having to break the law, apparently. But it was trying to determine if the quality of life has really improved since ancient Greece, or if there has been, quote-unquote, any progress in humanity. Because the Greeks, with fucking Plato and their structures and their plays and the fucking Homer,
So far
and then
ahead.
the Romans and all their BS, and then the Sistine Chapel and Michelangelo and Florence. How much progress have we actually made? If we measure it by happiness, and this was really profound to me, he says, no, you can't say we've made any progress because men will find any excuse to be miserable.
To be miserable. So much easier to be miserable than to be happy.
But it made me realize that it's so fucking true that if it's so easy to be miserable, and if exterior conditions, air conditioning, shelter, law and order, a police department protecting us, democracy, if those historically have not made people any happier, then why not just choose to be happy? Because you realize
right.
that sentence made me realize that nothing's going to change and suddenly make me happy from the outside. I just got to start doing it inside.
Inside.
I got to be completely content to shut off my Instagram, give up chase and tail, and just hang out with my girlfriend. I got to be content to not worry about how many views are my YouTube videos getting, how much money am I making. I have to be satisfied writing the jokes, studying the comedy, hanging out with my buddy Leo on the podcast.
That's right, baby. And I missed you, by the way, you know.
He did. This guy determined that overall we have progressed absolutely with civilization. But just in terms of personal happiness, there were absolutely people in all other times who were just as happy as we are now.
Yeah.
But you can't argue that now we have better society,
Yeah. I think
better civilizations than the Greeks and the Romans.
we have to. You just merely because I feel like the war has gone to a place where there doesn't need to be as much death, you know, and not, you know,
Oh,
just
yeah.
recently.
Pacifist Leo showed up on the show.
Just recently.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hate the fact that we've lost. I mean, people have died just to
Look right to that camera and give an anti-war message right now, Leo.
No, there's not gonna be any anti-war messages, man. I'm in the best country in the world, probably. Well, yeah, some would argue not, but I still think it is because of
You got
war.
Danny and Austin in this room. You better say
It's
it's
the
the best
war,
country.
baby. Yeah, fuck yeah, it's the best, man. And I'm still happy to be here, and I still think LA is awesome. Although some people are saying it's going to shit, dude. It's getting a little gnarly.
Joe Rogan's moving out.
The amount of homeless people in the last 3. I mean, I've lived here my whole life, dude. This is out of control.
Yeah.
It's 80,000. It's a whole town.
It's a whole town. Yeah, it's not only that. I have seen and heard more people getting robbed or cars, being broken into than I ever have in the history. I don't know. How do you feel about that? Have you seen? You're from Burbank, born and raised, right?
No, I mean Central.
Oh, Bakersfield.
Valley.
Bakersfield.
Yeah.
You're living in Burbank.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Live in Burbank.
Central Valley. So I don't know. Bakersfield has probably always kind of
I
been.
don't know. I mean, I think it kind of is similar to what Danny was saying, that happiness hasn't really changed or hasn't really improved, but I think happiness could only have gone down because we have access to the knowledge of how everyone in the world is living and everything that's going on, whereas back then you only know what's happening around you.
But what was
So-
happening around you was some guy was raping your wife while his crony held a spear to your throat.
Right,
Yeah.
right. During certain periods, sure, and it depends on your influence level. Not if you're some lord.
Jesus,
at-
Dan.
Unless there was a revolution and you got your head cut off.
which
Jesus,
there were
Dan.
There were
plenty of them. So, but Yeah, I thought there was a connection to what you were saying, but I lost.
You were talking about homeless people, and it's actually
Yeah.
interesting. In that same book, it says, and this is kind of a tough pill to swallow, and this guy's like a university dude, so he's no hardcore right-wing dude. But he said it's an economic fact that when you do provide relief to the homeless or the bottom rungs of society, that incentivizes them to keep reproducing in their current condition, so it actually makes the problem worse.
That's what's happening then, right?
I don't know.
Dude,
I'm not a
in
LA
Venice,
City
dude,
player. He
in-
just said historically that's a trend that plays out.
Dude, in Venice, I'm seeing kids in strollers and their parents are like, I saw one was smoking weed, but the other one was lighting either meth or a crack pipe.
How old was the kid?
The fucking a toddler in a stroller. In a stroller.
A toddler was smoking meth?
No. The woman that was, taking care of this child in a stroller, and one of our friends, I can talk to you about it this after, but his
Talk about him now.
dude, fucking Brooks, bro, his chick.
That
dude,
was
it's
real hard
not-
to get
yeah.
that out of him.
But I mean, if you think it's okay,
What was Brooks' chick?
Dude,
no, we
he's
probably
telling me-
should talk
yeah,
about
let's
this.
not talk
Well,
about this.
okay, that's serious.
yeah. But yeah, it's but I'm telling you, man, the world it's getting dark, and Venice is dark, but fuck, it's been the darkest I've seen it. But yeah,
It's pretty bad. And one of the things that Joey Diaz keeps talking about, ex-felon Joey Diaz, is that the cops have been defanged. They're afraid to
Dude.
do anything right now.
right now is that might be what's going on in many ways.
It's part of it for sure.
Yeah, there's video of like people just going nuts, like on Hollywood and Highland, doing like donuts in the middle of the night and just like cutting off the street and shit.
I mean, I have no reason to believe that wasn't happening before, but you're seeing videos of it now because people
exactly.
want you to see videos of it now, and so I think that's kind of, I guess, what I was
Wait.
trying to say earlier.
No.
is that you're-
Wait. There's no way people were doing donuts before BLM.
Dude, I mean, look,
no way.
I don't.
Yeah, that's
of course
insane.
they were. No, but on Hollywood and Highland,
The
shutting
general,
the street down.
The general point of what you're making,
Yeah.
I agree with. And I haven't seen any evidence of it because I live in my house, jogging around the block life, and then driving out of town primarily to shoot our videos.
Yeah.
But a fucking Rogan and Diaz, and it seems to be pretty centrally based on this crime issue and population issue. That seems to be the reason why they're jetting over to Austin.
Dude, yeah, it seems like we kind of have
Dallas,
like
I
we
don't
kind of have a total crook as a governor too, man. Newsom seems he's totally like an elitist dude that's like screwed over. He's been shady on his taxes, which that's fine. I kind of respect it because the system allows you to be, but he's keeping us wearing masks everywhere, and he signed a $1 billion mask contract just before he requires everybody to wear masks for a fucking 2 months longer. You know what I mean? And now we're getting these cases. I don't know, man. It's a crazy time, man.
I think he's kind of a piece of shit too.
Newsom, dude.
Yeah, we know.
Everybody
I
says
say, yeah.
we know you do.
All right. Well, we got a
Anyway.
lot to ponder after this episode.
Oh, yeah.
Child abuse, aliens. Is Newsom a piece of shit? Is he not?
Midget rape.
But anyway, I'll tell you one thing though. I guess the best thing to do is continue making banger videos so we could all be wealthy and decide what to do. We could leave California or stay or retire. By the time we're 40, who knows?
It's in the works. I'm going over to one Ariel Pink's residence after this podcast
Ooh.
to get to work on some songs for an upcoming video.
That's so awesome.
We'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching the show, guys. Thanks for hanging with me as I shook the rust off this tongue. Still a little bit left on there.
All right, man.